Oh, hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Mid-Level Media Channel. This is your hub for everything physical media and entertainment. I am Ken. Today, guys, we are here for some late-breaking physical media news. I just got off work, and I had to come home and talk about this, guys. It cannot wait until next week's physical media report, which this week's physical media report is up now. I dropped it yesterday. If you haven't checked it out, definitely go check it out. We talk about a lot of exciting stuff there. But today, guys, we're going to be talking about some developments with the Nightmare on Elm Street 7 film 4K collection. We've got some artwork reveals that I found to be pretty interesting. So I wanted to talk about them here today. Now, I want to be very clear when I say this, and I want people to know this. This is not an official announcement yet from Warner Brothers. They have not given us the official announcement, all the special features, all that stuff for the Nightmare on Elm Street 7 film collection. I am sure, I'm almost positive that's going to come sometime within the next couple of weeks. So by next Monday, it's very possible that I have all the information on the Nightmare on Elm Street 4K collection, or maybe the Monday after. Or maybe I just make a video as soon as they announce it, because this is important stuff, guys. This is a Nightmare on Elm Street. But I did find these images online. There was a France pre-order, and then on Blu-ray.com, they indicated the states, the U.S. artwork reveal for the 7 film 4K collection. So, yeah, I wanted to talk about it with you guys. I thought it was pretty interesting, and I thought that you guys will as well. But again, not an official announcement. I'm sure we'll get that soon. Also, the Steelbook reveal, I think, will come within the next couple of weeks as well. I know a lot of people, I get questions about that all the time, have been waiting for the artwork reveal on that, because they announced that pre-order like back in March. But if they're following the same release schedule of last year, we got the Nightmare on Elm Street 4K slipcover, steelbook, and UK box set announcement last July. I think mid to late July we got that announcement. So I'm assuming they're going to do the same this year, and it's going to be an October release date. Actually, I think it was a September release date, then it got pushed to October. I can't remember. But anyway, guys, I'm rambling already. Like the video if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, and let's just get into it. So this is the France pre-order, and this is what the collection is supposedly going to look like over in France. Now, keep in mind, this is not the steelbook set. This is just the regular standard 4K collection, 7 film collection of a Nightmare on Elm Street. Now, they're calling it Freddy over there. I don't see that being the case over here. Again, we got some actual artwork for over here that we're going to get into, but even before that was announced, a lot of people were assuming that this was going to be the title for the Nightmare films in the States. I didn't think that was the case from the beginning. I just feel like that's what they title it over in France. Maybe there's more name recognition, name value for the Freddy character over there. But let me make this a little bit bigger, guys. So yeah, 7 films collection, and this is the old artwork. I think they are maybe not old, but I have seen this in Walmart. And I think that's the Jackie Earl Haley Freddy on the front, which makes it even more hilarious because his movie's not in there. It's the 7 films collection, starting with the first Nightmare and then ending with a new Nightmare, but they use his image on the cover. But I've seen this in Walmart, like a DVD collection. I don't know if I've seen it on the Blu-ray or not. So this was leaked over the weekend, I think, on Amazon in France. And a lot of people are assuming that because it was going to come out like this in France, that we were going to get a release similar to this in the States. But we're gonna show you here in a second, guys, that is probably not going to be the case. But this is the artwork that was first revealed. I posted this yesterday morning. I do find it interesting, and we'll note that here in a second as well with the other set, that they're including both the 4Ks and the Blu-rays here. I do find that interesting. I want to elaborate on that in a second. I also want to elaborate on like what I think the dimensions of this box set might be, and point to some past releases as well. But this would kind of indicate that it's going to be a more chunkier like 4K set. But I've been saying this for probably the past like year and a half or 2 years. Like when they released this, because Warner Brothers, guys, they wanted to do this themselves. That's why you haven't seen this from Scream Factory or Arrow Video or from Vinegar Syndrome. It's not that they don't want to do it. Like I'm sure all those companies would do a Nightmare on Elm Street 7 film 4K collection. Warner Brothers will not let anybody do this. They wanted to do it themselves. But I told people from the beginning, like, we're not going to get some kind of like boutique level elaborate box set from Warner Brothers. That's not going to happen. We're going to get something like the Rocky set. right here. And again, I'll go through these box sets in a second and give my prediction for what I think our box set will be in the States. But this is the seven film collection up in France. And I got all kinds of comments on this. I hope not. It doesn't even say Nightmare on Elm Street. I hope the Blu-rays contain the new masters with the uncut versions. And I look, guys, this is this video is kind of going to go heavy into packaging and talk about the importance of good packaging. I completely understand, and we'll touch on that a little bit. Like, if you don't care about packaging, guys, if you're just out to get these movies on 4K with hopefully some new features, new commentaries, like, I'm sure we're going to get all that, and I'm sure Warner Bros is going to do a good job. And at the end of the day, that's what matters the most. But like this video specifically, like we're talking about the potential artwork and like what this actual like release is going to look like. So if you don't care about artwork and all that stuff, guys, you're like, I'm just about the disc. This may not be the video for you. Anyway, but a lot of people do care about artwork, especially when it comes to A Nightmare on Elm Street. What an absolutely horrendous looking box set. And I'm not even an artwork junkie, says 4K D Ray collector. So he doesn't even care as much about the packaging, but he's like, hey, this sucks. What did Freddie do to WB? Like, what happened to where they think this artwork is good? And look, keep in mind, guys, this is the France artwork. We're getting ready to get into some really wild territory here in a second. Is that the effing Jackie Earl Haley Freddy? Yes, it is. Let's see. Where's the Steelbook version? I'm sure they're going to announce that, guys, in the next couple of weeks. I really am. I really think that's going to happen like that. I will get the pack, definitely this artwork or another. I will buy this one. So some people don't seem to care too much. Oof, I hope that's not where it says A Nightmare on Elm Street ads. And then thumbs down right there. I really hope it's not the artwork. People aren't enthusiastic about the France artwork. So even if you don't like the US artwork, I don't think those people are going to import from France either. So here you go. There you go, guys. And earlier yesterday morning when I posted this, I didn't think that this was going to be the US artwork. I figured they would do something different. But you never know. It could have been exactly the same over here. But late last night, okay, late last night, I think this was about 10:30 or 11, is right before I went to bed. Some people started sharing the Nightmare on Elm Street 4K collection on social media, saying they got it from Blu-ray.com. I searched that on Blu-ray.com, and this is what I found. This is what I found. So if you search a Nightmare on Elm Street collection 4K sets on Blu-ray.com, this is the image that pops up. And this has happened before where, it hasn't been officially announced, or anything like that, but it just pops up on Blu-ray.com. And usually the image that comes up on Blu-ray.com is a pretty accurate is pretty accurate to what that actual like cover art's going to be. I feel like I've seen it a couple times pop up on Blu-ray.com, and then it turned out to be something different, but nothing this official looking. Like, this looks very official. And like I said, this is what I believe, and I could be wrong. It could change. Everything could change, guys. And maybe, look, that's why it's good that, because I know there's several other people that's going to make videos about this, that's going to talk about this on YouTube. It's good to make these kind of videos, to voice your frustrations, to say that you're disappointed in something, because maybe Warner Brothers is watching. Maybe they'll be like, "Whoa, oh, maybe we shouldn't release that. Maybe we should do something different." Not saying they will, not saying they will, or that I'm anybody to get on here and talk about it, but it could happen. It could have, if enough people voice their frustrations about it. But this is the artwork. This is the artwork that Blu-ray.com is indicating is going to be the Nightmare on Elm Street 4K collection, the original first Nightmares. They're very, see, this is what I'm saying about, like, it just looks official. The original first 7 Nightmares. Like, I could see them putting that on there. Yes, but they're trying to say that it's the original first 7 Nightmares, I guess, to indicate that this is not going to be the remake. Freddy versus Jason's not going to be here. It's the original of the first 7 Nightmare films. I also think it's interesting that this one, just like the France one, says 4K Ultra HD plus Blu-ray. And, we've seen it with recent 4K collections like the Rocky set, like the James Bond Sean Connery set. They haven't included the Blu-rays. So if this includes the Blu-rays and they're all on their own disc, that in and of itself could be pretty damn awesome, because in the last Blu-ray collection, if you remember, that Warner Brothers put out back in 2011, I think, the Blu-ray, there were 2 movies on each Blu-ray disc. So not even, I don't even think there's been like standalone discs for each one of these films before, even on Blu-ray. So that could be a huge deal in and of itself, to have all the films on Blu-ray, maybe with new 4K scans, in addition to also having, 7 discs on 4K. So like this could like be a 14 disc set, maybe 15 disc set, with a bonus features disc as well. But one of the things I wanted to point out here with this, and again, this is on Blu-ray.com in the US. So this is what is being indicated for the US release of A Nightmare on Elm Street 4K collection. That is the cover art right there. But another thing I wanted to touch on is just the dimension of it. It's a little bit shorter, and it kind of indicates that maybe it's not like a slipcover thing like the Rocky set or the James Bond set or the Lord of the Rings set, which I also have over here. Maybe it's more of a box type deal. Like, could it be possible that this is some kind of a box set? Like, I think that maybe, possibly, it could be. But let me I do want to talk about this artwork here in a second. I wanted to. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place, guys. Like I said, I just got off work. I'm excited. I'm excited to talk about this stuff. Let me make myself a little bit bigger here. Oh, I just completely got rid of the screen, guys. Let me bring that back. All right, here we go. That's what I wanted. So this is the Rocky 6 film collection. So there's 6 films in this. There's 7 films in the Nightmare on Elm Street set. So maybe they would want this to be a little bit thicker. But also keep in mind, with the James Bond set, that was a lot thinner. I just reviewed that on the channel. That was a lot thinner, and that had 6 4K discs in it. Now, if this has got Blu-rays, that's going to be a whole different story. But this is the 4K, set right here of Rocky that came out last year. It's a thicker, 4K case. But you open this up, you got the digital code inside, and then it's all like flippable discs. Now, I think I want to say, yeah, it stops at Rocky Balboa, but then it has an additional disc. So there is 7 discs in here. There's an additional disc with the bonus features. So this is 7 discs in this set. So that's important to note as well. And there's a lot of off gassing in here, guys. I didn't even remember that. Now let's get into the Lord of the Rings trilogy set, which they put out, I think, back in 2020. So this has a lot more discs in it. This has the theatrical version on 4K, all the theatrical versions. Then it has the extended versions on 4K. And that's actually interesting. I didn't remember that. The 4K discs for the extended versions are split in 2, which makes sense. They're 4 hours. So that's 2 discs for each 4K of the extended versions. And that's 6 discs plus 3 discs. So that's 9 discs in this set right here. So we could be getting something like this, maybe the 7 films on 4K, and then the other 2 maybe bonus discs or something like that. Now, of course, I talked about the Blu-rays being on there, so it might have to be a little bit bigger than this. But if they're gonna have the Blu-rays, it could be this. It could be the Harry Potter. It could be a lot like the Harry Potter 8 film collection. And this is what they did with this. They split them. They didn't put them all in the same case. They've got a 4K case and they got a Blu-ray case inside of a larger slip box. And in these, they've got all the films split up. And all these discs are falling out. This is why I don't like sets like these, guys. I would rather just have the individual cases, which we'll get into in a second, because Warner Brothers has done that recently. All right, so you got all the Blu-rays in this, 8 discs in this, and then you got 8 4K discs in that. So if they're going to include the Blu-rays, we could be seeing something like the Harry Potter set, for a Nightmare on Elm Street, which, it isn't great, but at least it's some kind of like box set. I still don't know about that artwork, but at least it's some kind of a box set. But what I would like to see, and this is probably the best case scenario, unless they really do but this artwork does not indicate they're going for a quality box set release. But if they're going to do something, this is what I want. Something like the Superman set, something like the Superman 5 film collection, which you got, which this one's got the Donner cut and it's got the regular Superman too. So that's how it doesn't have Superman Returns in it. But you got this Superman set right here. It's got 5 individual 4K cases on the inside. And all you would have to do is make this just a little bit thicker. And you could include 7 4K discs or 4K cases on the inside, each housing their own 4K disc of the film and Blu-ray if you want to include the Blu-rays as well. And at least you'll have like each individual film with the maybe the original poster art, like these Supermans are. And maybe this isn't the original poster art. It's probably not. But at least they could do something close, or at least they would all have their own artwork. Like that's what I'm the most concerned with. Like I want individual cases for each one of the movies to make them feel, distinct and important. And to be honest, like I love these movies. I've been watching these films since I was a kid. Like I would love each of these films to have their own release. Like we get huge, like big box set releases for all these freaking trashy, schlocky horror films, like from all these boutique labels, and that's great. Like that's what they can get, and that's what they put out. But it's like we can't get that for Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Warriors, which, like, to some people is the best of the franchise. We can't get that for Dream Master. We can't get that for Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Freddy's Dead. I know Freddy's Dead is not super popular, but like I would love like a standalone release, of Freddy's Dead. So it just kind of sucks that these movies aren't given like individual important treatment or in that important that or big like significant treatment on. And is that what am I trying to say, guys? It just sucks that these movies aren't getting prestigious treatment on an individual basis. Like that's what I would like to see. But let's get back into this horrendous artwork, guys. Do you guys think it's horrendous or are you okay with it? Let me know in the comment section below. Um, here's the thing. I get what they're going for here. I get what they're going for, and it's not a bad like idea. You got a bed that's in the middle of a street, Elm Street, and then you got Freddy's head poking out from behind the pillows. Like it's not awful. It's not an awful idea. It's the execution. It's the fact that this was made on a computer with AI in like 25 seconds. Like that's the problem because you see all these boutique labels like using this beautiful, like gorgeous commissioned artwork, Screen Factory, Vinegar Syndrome, or even like on a studio basis, Lionsgate. A lot of people bitch about Lionsgate and Lionsgate Limited and how they're charging more than they used to. I mean, look, you're getting what you pay for with Lionsgate. Newly commissioned artwork on beautiful steel books. And in the most recent, case, they just released Frailty, guys. And this is a box set. This is a box set. I'll be showing this off soon on the channel. But all newly commissioned artwork from Lionsgate. But from Warner Brothers, it's just like they tell some guy to slap something together, AI artwork on a computer, and just slap that on the cover. And it's fine. People will buy it. They're good with it. They just want Nightmare on Elm Street. They've been asking for it for years and years. They don't care what we put on the cover. It's fine. Just throw something together, throw it out there to them, and they'll buy it. And you know what? They're probably right. Everybody will buy it. Everybody will buy it. And I'm not saying don't buy it. Like to me, it's like with this artwork, I try not to get like too up in arms about it. Cause at the end of the day, I'm just excited to watch these movies on 4K. I'm just excited to finally see Dream Master in 4K because I think that movie's going to look beautiful. I'm just excited to watch Dream Warriors on 4K because it's going to look great. Freddy's Revenge, Dream Child. Like, I'm just excited to watch these movies that I've been watching since the VHS days on 4K for the first time. And we've already heard about how there's going to be new features, new commentaries, and things like that. And, the uncut version on part 5, like if they can pull all that stuff off, like it's going to be a great release. But it's like, damn it, why do you have to try and ruin it with just shitty artwork? It's like, and this is the era we're in now. I'm like, Warner Brothers should know better. Like they should just freaking know better by now. But that's it, guys. That's all I want to get into today. I've already been ranting and raving and making no sense for long enough. Let me take this out of here. But let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below. Are you okay with this artwork? Does it matter to you? Do you not care? You just care about the contents of the case? Is it something that's just like, oh yeah, that sucks, but I'll get over it. It's just, to me, guys, we get all these beautiful releases for all these, movies from these boutique labels and stuff, and it's awesome and it looks great in our collection. And it's just like, for these movies that we really want like prestigious treatment for, we can't get it. And it is frustrating. It's very frustrating for me because I've been talking about wanting a Nightmare on Elm Street like 4K set or some kind of definitive box set since I started the channel like 6 years ago. I've been talking about this on the channel. Like I've been wanting something like really nice for Nightmare on Elm Street for forever, like pretty much since the DVD days when I got that DVD box in there, which is the last great release for a Nightmare on Elm Street. It's just not fair. It's just not fair. And if Warner Brothers wanted to do it themselves, they should have did it right. It's not that hard. It's really not. They're going to make so much money off of this. It's not that hard to like put some time and effort into actual like artwork for this release. So it's frustrating. I'm excited, but it's also frustrating. But again, guys, this is not the end all be all. I'm sure there'll be more news. I'm sure there'll be more developments, and I'll be here to talk about it with you guys. Just wanted to make this little video to just kind of gauge where you all are at with this and also just kind of voice some of my own frustrations. But let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. Like, subscribe, turn on bell notifications for all future videos, and we'll see you next time.